Stadium in New Orleans, home to the Tulane Green Wave, and as this city likes to say, let the good times roll, and the Tulane fans are certainly ready for that. Today, a couple of SEC teams get ready to square off in what ought to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker. Tulane will kick it off to get this game underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And we've been really eager to see this matchup. This quarterback against an elite defense. Jesse, what does a quarterback have to keep in mind when you face a group like this?
Well, he's just going to have to be dialed in. He's had a lot of success this year so far. This is a different animal, man, this defense he's playing. He's got to be really good with his decision-making, throwing it, running it, pre-snap, post-snap. If you make one mistake against this defense, David, they make you pay.
Yeah, they're a fun defense to watch, and this is a fun challenge for their defense, too, because it's an elite quarterback, right? Like, they can make you look like you're not as good as you've been all season long, so I'm looking forward to seeing this matchup and who wins it.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Making side adjustments here. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Price. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
That'll be a safety. The ball was loose in the end zone. It goes out of the back, and they're probably lucky it wasn't recovered for a touchdown.
And these quarterbacks, they know they're playmakers, and they can make big plays, and so that you see more dancing nowadays. And he's dancing. He's got his dancing shoes on. He's going backwards and moving around. But at some point, we got to know to pull the trigger, throw the football away, not keep floating all the way back to the end zone, getting tackled, giving up the safety.
The Green Wave offense heads onto the field for their first possession of the game. And it's often said quarterback is the most high-profile position in sports, and when you have a guy like this, how could it not be?
Yeah, he's the guy that the defense is going to be keying on. They've had all week long to watch film to get ready for him. But, David, when you have his kind of athletic ability and his kind of arm talent, he is so difficult to stop.
Yeah, you can have all week. You can have all season. This guy is so dynamic at the quarterback spot. They trust him. They know what he brings to the table. This offense revolves around what he can do.
Makes the grab on the left. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Tulane right back to the line.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Got it behind the line. It's Rourke. Tried to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. And that one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys. You start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. I mean, you used to be able to make that play years ago. You're not doing it here in big-time college football, though. Not good.
He'll keep it himself. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They punted away on 4th down. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Quarterback may change this route. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Quickly complete. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Hauls it in. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down. Wow, already up to 250 catches for his career.
That's a lot of catches. How about the consistency of this young man, the durability, the toughness? He's got all those characteristics, Palmer.
250 catches is impressive, too, because every week the defense knows they're trying to get this guy the ball, and still they cannot stop him.
They stop him just a link or two short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. Less than a yard to go to pick up the 1st down. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
Well, that's just tough, hard-nosed running. You need 1 yard to get, let the running back figure it out.
On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Dumps it to the back. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you could tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough where he heard them.
Makes the grab. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down.
Back's going for the goal line. And it's in there for a touchdown. You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
That's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown? Oh, Methuselah.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Now the play fake. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Wants to go up top on first down. Firing to the right, complete. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Running back searching for a hole. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down on second down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on third down.
Into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. First play of the period, first down here. Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Back to pass on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Bettis. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Tulane lines up on third and short. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Caught close to the marker. It's Bettis. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. He's got his man, makes the grab. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run it on first and goal. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to fire. Caught over the middle. It's Vega. Almost in, but they'll say he didn't make it, inches away from the touchdown.
Well, short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They'll run it on third and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tulane.
And how about this offensive line? Third and goal, you gotta have it. They flew off of the ball. They got some push. They made that easy on the running back to score that touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, one of the biggest games of the week is playing out right now. Let's check in on this top 25 battle. Oklahoma is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up 14 over Penn State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it. This one, the Big 12, or anywhere else in college football.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
It's just part of playing the position, and that's an interception this young man's going to learn from. That's the first interception he's thrown in his college football career, and guess what? Probably not going to be his last. You got to turn the page and learn from it.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Takes it the other way. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. Tulane right back to the line.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. He's looking to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And this offense shows right away on first down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on second down and goal?
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to pass. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Green Wave. Fitted in the window for the score.
And, man, that was a nice job by the tight end, finding the soft spot in the defense in the end zone on that TD.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Defense, what are we doing? How are you going to let that guy, one of the best receivers in the entire country, be wide open like that? You're just making it way too easy for the offense.
Wants to throw on first down. Going to take a shot at this DB. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And he makes another momentum-building play. His second interception in the first half. He can feel where the football's going. Got a good beat on this offense and making plays early and often for his club.
Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Tulane right back to the line.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
He's got the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds the tight end. Plows through the defense. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
Man, this quarterback's been in a nice rhythm all drive, hasn't he? He's just playing on time. He's making good decisions. He's now got the offense at first.
He's trying to get it in. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Pressure coming. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Nice job by this defense, man. Playing aggressive, playing physical, taking away the easy stuff on the perimeter. Nice job rushing the quarterback, bringing more bodies near the line of scrimmage, getting the sack, and forcing the 3rd down and goal.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into half.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Picks up the 1st down, mark it at the 14 as they try to put up points before halftime. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Makes the grab. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Going to swing it on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Under fire. He's got him still on his feet. Touchdown, Green Wave. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Defenses at some point are going to have to figure out how to slow this guy down because he already has 3 receiving touchdowns. We're only 4 games into the season. Nobody has an answer for this guy.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. Now this offense is back on the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Here's a heat. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, Defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just enough time for one final play of the half. He wants to change this route. Looking downfield on first down. Hit as he throws. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in New Orleans for a fun first half than you? And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering two things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside Yulman Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. He'll put toe to leather and get this second half started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
From the gun, running back on the move. Pass to sticks and still on his feet. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Quickly to the tight end. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
Working that left side now. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Now they'll run the draw. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 10. Lean for the wire. Touchdown.
This guy really is the complete linebacker. Not only is he physical and not only can he play downhill to stop the run, this guy is a weapon in pass coverage. You saw it on that play. What can't this guy do?
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Notre Dame is running away with this one today, thanks to an offense that is more than waking up the echoes. They're up by 17 over Texas State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
off play action. Finds his tight end. Looks as if that'll be enough for a Tulane first down.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Give to the back. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. Tulane right back to the line.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
That's caught. It's Rourke. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been 3rd down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the first, and keeping this drive alive.
Snagged in the middle, it's Casey. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Short pickup. Second down, they'll go to the air. They're working that left side. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Finds his big tight end. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
To the air on 2nd down. Quickly out to the tight end. Just sledgehammering his way down to the 33. The Green Wave trying to move the chains on 3rd and short. They'll run play action. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. Using his feet. Turning it on!
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a first down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. On target. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the 2nd half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tulane. Follow the block. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So they played keep away and held it for 16 plays on the scoring drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with the receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
Got his man. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup.
And that's good enough.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it. Get it to your running back and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Looking to the big tight end. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Plucks it out of the air. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the third. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Wants to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Toure.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Looking deep down the right side. He makes a grab. And it's in for a touchdown.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
There he goes. Inside the 30. Past the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Green Wave. They extend the lead here in the fourth, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. He might want another play. Looking downfield on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
I hate being that guy to say just take a dive, don't take a hit. But when the play is going absolutely nowhere, you might think about it.
First, do no harm, right? And you've already been harmed, so just don't make it worse. He's loose. Running inside the 20. Into the end zone unimpeded, except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. They had the explosive score, and it's all for naught as that penalty will take the touchdown off the board. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. Intercepted. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room, because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
I like a nice quick decision by your quarterback. See what the defense is doing. And again, know where that yellow line is. Go get to it and get the 1st down.
What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that lead grows even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to get you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. Akron is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. They're trailing by just 2 to Marshall. The Maction never sleeps, and we'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Slithers into space. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. And here comes the offense on second down. Wants to go up top. Lofts one deep down the right side. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. That is a tough one to take. They had the interception, but it's taken away by the pass interference penalty. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I think at this point of the game now in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there. It didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out on the perimeter of the field that can get you back in this game.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Price. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
On 4th down, going to the air. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's batted away, and the 4th down play doesn't convert. They'll give up the football. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
Tulane to the line, facing 2nd and short. They'll go to the ground. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on 1st down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the 1st down. And that will be in the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the win.
Just got outplayed, Reese. There were moments in this game. There were plays to be had and plays to be made. At the end of the day, they just did not execute well enough in any of the 3 phases on any side of the football. So, David, moving forward, a lot to take away from this game as they try to improve.
A lot to take away and a lot to learn from. I mean, losses definitely hurt. They sting, but a lot of times most teams refocus and they get a sense of urgency now that they got a loss in that column. So watch the tape, watch what you need to improve on, and go attack it in practice.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.